The following is tape number 3 from the Nectar of Devotion series, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded between October 20th and November 14th, 1972, in Vrindavan, India.
So, by this devotional process, Adu Saddha Tato Sadhu Sangha, that love, sadhukanam ayam premna pradudbhavi bhavet krama. There are stages or steps one after another if we practice sadhu sange sato vritte sarabhi bhakti prasiddhati. Sri Rupa Goswami says that potent love for Krishna can be reinstated again, invoked again by the prescribed method. Sadhu sange sato vitte sarabhi bhakti prasiddhati. Utsaha dhajjad nishchaya. When you get little taste of love of Krishna, just like we are sitting here, we have got little taste for loving Krishna. Otherwise, why we should waste our time in this way? This is called Saddha. So, this Saddha is also invoked by association with sadhu, devotees. Then, if we little become enthusiastic, just like you have become utsaha, you have left your country, everything, and you are going everywhere, coming with me, not for any material profit, but for increasing your Krishna consciousness. This is called utsaha, enthusiasm. Our whole Krishna consciousness movement is depending on this enthusiasm. Just like I went to a country at the age of 70 years, nobody goes out of home, but there was enthusiasm. Yes, I must go. And because I went, there is something. You have got the information. Similarly, enthusiasm is the basic principle. Adu, utsaha, dhajya, by patience. Not that I am working so hard for Krishna, but I am not getting any impetus. No, don't be impatient. Krishna will give you chance. He is giving chance always, 24 hours, imperceptibly. But we cannot appreciate very much. Krishna sees as far as we are able, according to our strength. He gives responsibility. But we must be rest assured, when we have taken shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna, fully, without any reservation, Krishna must be pleased. Maybe it will take some time. This is called nishchaya, certainty, assurance. Utsahat dhajjat nishchayat tat tat karma pravartanat. You have to execute the routine, prescribed duties. Tat tat karma pravartanat. You cannot go against the principles of devotional service. With patience you must execute. Tat tat karma pravartana. Sato vritte. Sato vritte means dealings must be very honest. No duplicity. Very frank, plain. Sato vritte sadhu sange, and in association of devotees. Sarabhi bhakti prasiddha. In this way, our propensity of love for Krishna will increase. And similarly, there are other 6 methods. Prajalpa niyamagraha. Tyahara prayasascha prajalpa niyamagraha. Janasangascha laulam janasangascha sarabhi bhakti pranasat. Utyahara, eating or collecting more than necessity. That is uttahara. Ahara means eating and collecting. Ahara. So, we should not collect more than what we need. Krishna is giving us. Just like we are spending so much money in all our centers. So Krishna is sending us the necessary expenditure. Otherwise, how we are maintaining? So, but we should not be hankering after collecting more than what is necessary. That is uttahara. Similarly, we should not eat more than what we need for maintaining the body and soul together. Atyahara prayas. Prayas. We should not endeavor for anything which requires too much anxiety. That is called prayas. Atyahara prayasa. Automatically, by Krishna's grace, whatever comes, that's all. Atyahara prayasasta prajalpa. Talking unnecessarily nonsense. Just like people waste their time talking 3 hours on some political situation. You see? They have got enough time to discuss newspaper, but when they are invited to our class, they find no time. So we should not waste our time, a single moment. Time is very valuable. In your country, they say time is money. So either you take money, that is artha, or paramartha. Money is required in the material world, and spiritual world, paramartha, spiritual asset. Somehow or other, even those who are materialists, they do not waste their time. So we are after spiritual realization, how we can waste our time. Time is very valuable. So we should not waste time. Prajalpa niyamagra. Janasangas. And associating with ordinary persons who are not devotees. Janasanga. People in general, they have no taste for Krishna. And greediness, low-lung, these things are impediments for advancing in Krishna consciousness. Sarabhi bhakti, niyamagraha. Niyamagraha means simply busy to follow the rules, but actually do not understand what is the meaning of such following. Not blindly, one should follow regulative principles with firm conviction and understand. Niyam agraha, niyam agraha. Agraha means eagerness to accept, and agraha, not accepting. In both ways, niyamagraha. Not to accept the regulative principle, that is also faulty. And too much agraha, false agraha, without knowing the meaning of it, that is also faulty. So niyamagraha, atyahara prayasascha prajalpa niyamagraha, laulam janasangast, sarabhi bhakti pranasat. So you should be very careful. If we are, because our only business is jato bhakti radhokhari, to increase our loving propensity for Krishna, adhokhari, who is beyond the reach of our senses. Krishna's another name is adhokhari, beyond the reach of senses. Anubhav, We can perceive Krishna is there. But not that by our senses. We can touch, we can see, we can smell. That we shall do as we increase, as we purify our senses. Sevanmukhi jivbhav, not immediate. Just like Sanatana Goswami, he was talking with his deity. So, as we make advancement in spiritual consciousness, Krishna will talk with us directly. The deity will talk with you. There are many instances. In Vrindavan, there was Gopal, Sakhi Gopal. He has now gone to Orissa. He talked with his devotees and went with his devotee. So, Krishna is giving us chance to touch him, to see him, to smell him, to taste him by so many ways. This is called Archanman. And gradually, when we advance, it will be directly, just like we are directly talking. That will be possible. So, patiently, by following the regulative principles, sadhu marganugamanam, adu gurvasrayam. In the beginning, one has to accept the bona fide spiritual master, sadharma prichya, then inquiry from spiritual master, athata brahma jigyasa, jivasya tattva jigyasa. In this way, tad vidhi panipatena pariprasnena sevaya. Pariprasna, in this way, we shall have to make advancement, and gradually our dormant love of Krishna will be fully manifest. This is the way. Go on.
In the Nectar of Devotion teaches us how to stimulate our original love for Krishna and how to be situated in that position where we can enjoy our blissful life. In the primary stage, a child loves his parents, then his brothers and sisters. This theme is the sum and substance of the Nectar of Devotion, which teaches us how to love Krishna in 5 different transcendental mellows.
Yes, the subject matter of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, basic principle, how to love Krishna in 5 primary rasas. Shantaras, Sakharas, Dasaras, Shanta, Dasa, Sakha, Vatsalya, Manus. One.
Our loving propensity expands just as a vibration of light or air expands, but we do not know where it ends. The Nectar of Devotion teaches us the science of loving every one of the living entities perfectly by the easy method of loving Krishna. We have failed to create peace and harmony in human society even by such great attempts as the United Nations, because we do not know the right method. The method is very simple, but one has to understand it with a cool head. The Nectar of Devotion teaches all men how to perform the simple and natural method of loving Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If we learn how to love Krishna, then it is very easy to immediately and simultaneously love every living being.
Yes. Everyone in the human society is trying to establish love in the society, but it is being failed. The reason is that we are missing the central point. Just like from a point you can make a circle. What is called that?
Compass.
Compass, yes. The compass, you put the pointed part on the center, you can make a circle. And so, if I do not take the central point, I make my own point, then my circle will overlap your circle. There we will clash. But if the center is the same, I can draw one circle, you can draw another circle, none of these circles will overlap. So if taking Krishna as the center, nirbandhe Krishna sambandhe, if we relate our activities, social activities, philanthropic activities, political activities, any religious activities, any activity, if you make center Krishna, then my circle, your circle, another circle will not overlap, but it will give different lights, Krishna being center. That point we are discussing in this morning from Srimad Bhagavatam. Atapang bhi dijasesha varnasama vibhagas. Everyone is trying to make his own circle. Political, social, humanitarian, philosophical, scientific. That's all right. But Bhagavad says that make your circle perfect from the point of Krishna. Don't miss the point. Sanusthhitasya dharmasya samsiddhi haritosanam. Whatever you do, if you try to please Krishna, then your circle is perfect. Krishna must be center. Rupa Goswami says, Nirbandhe Krishna sambandhe. Krishna sambandhe, you can deal in politics. Then politics will be perfect. Krishna sambandhe, you can make circle of scientific knowledge. Then it will be perfect. Making center Krishna, either politics, sociology, philosophy, religion, whatever it may, it will be perfect. Yukta vairagam uchyat. Anasaktasya vishayan jatharam upajanjat. Just like we are using this microphone, this is material, scientific advancement. Sometimes they criticize that you are not materialistic. Why you are using the modern appliances? Why you are flying on the aeroplane? So, practically, our vision is that everything is Krishna's and everything must be utilized for Krishna's service. That is our philosophy. Actually, it is so. This microphone is manufactured by Krishna's energy. Bhumirapa analo vayu khangamana buddhirivacha. Prakriti bhinna me ashtadha. So, this metal portion or the rubber portion or any portion of this microphone is made of the 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air. So, Krishna says, they are my separated energy. So, all the separated energy, we are dovetailing with the service of Krishna. That we do not see that this matter is separate from Krishna. Actually, it is not so. When we see that matter is separate from Krishna, that is materialism. When we see the matter is energy of Krishna, that is not materialism, that is spiritualism. So it is our intellect, how we can utilize everything with Krishna. Nirbandhe Krishna sambandhe yukta vairagam uchyat. Anasaktasya vishayan. If we utilize the same matter for our sense gratification, visha, then it is material. The same flower, if I collect it for my sense gratification, this flower is material. This same flower, when I pick up for offering on the lotus feet of Krishna, this is spiritual. Then how the material thing transformed into spiritual by the consciousness. Therefore, our propaganda is to raise the Krishna consciousness. Nitya Siddha Krishna Bhakti. That is our propaganda. As soon as we raise the consciousness to the platform of Krishna, then we become spiritualized. Nidbandhi Krishna Sambandhi Yukta Vairagam Uchyat. Who is talking? Nidbandhi Krishna Sambandhi Yukta Vairagam Uchyat. Just like Ramananda Rai, he was governor. He was governor of Madras, but he was one of the most confidential devotee of Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya and Ramananda Rai were talking together, and Sri Ramananda Rai was feeling little shyness because he did not belong to the Brahmin community. He was governor, householder. So he thought that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was asking him question and he was answering. That means he was taking the superior position. So he felt little shyness. And when he was feeling such shyness, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu encouraged him, Kiba Vipra, Kiba Sudra, Nasikane Noy, Jai Krishna Tattva Sei Guru. Encouraged him. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught the whole world how one can become exalted simply by learning the science of Krishna. Krishna Tattva. Tattva means science. It doesn't matter whether he is a sannyasi or a grihastha or a shudra or a brahmin. It doesn't matter. These are all designations of the body. Spiritually, we are all one. Pandita Samadarshan. So, if we are on the spiritual platform means to understand the science of Krishna, the Supreme Spirit. Then, if we are conversant with the science of Krishna, then anyone who is such enlightened, he is perfect spiritual master. It doesn't matter what he is. Just like Haridas Thakur, he was born in Mohammedan family. Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami, they were rejected from the Brahmin community and they took the Muslim name, Sakar Malik, David Khas. But it is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's preaching that he collected all these exalted personalities, they are associates of Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But the universality of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement is such that anyone can become Krishna conscious and anyone can accept or be elevated to the exalted post of Goswami, Namacharya. Just like Haridas Thakur was made the Namacharya. And Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami, although rejected by the Brahmin community, they were the exalted Goswami, 6 Goswami. Sirup Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath, Sijiv Gopala Bhatta Das Raghunath. Ei Chai Gosai Jar Karmai Das. So our whole Vaishnava, Gaudiya Vaishnava community are servants of all these Goswamis. So, it doesn't matter. Krishna also confirms, Maghi Partha Vapas Sitta Jepishu Papa Jona. It doesn't matter one is born in lower family. It doesn't matter. There. Sadho Visaddha Savonaya Kalpat. Even the dog eaters. In the beginning, we did not know who is the dog eater. Now, when we are traveling all over the water, we see so many dog eaters. In Korea, China, Philippines, there are many dog eaters. So, in the Shastras it is mentioned, even the dog eater, Swado. Swa means dog, and other, one who eats. Sadhopi saddha savanaya kalpata. If one is elevated to Krishna consciousness, even if he is born in the family of dog eaters, or he is a dog eater, of course he cannot remain dog eater. After coming to become a Vaishnava, he does not remain a dog eater. But dog eating is not disqualification. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's a specific contribution. Nothing is disqualification to come to Krishna consciousness, provided one is serious to come to this platform. Sadhopi saddha. Srila Jiva Goswami has commented on this line, Sadhopi saddha, that a dog eater, after becoming a devotee, immediately he becomes a qualified Brahmin, so much so that he becomes competent to become a priest in the matter of offering sacrifice. But Jiva Goswami says that even a person is born in Brahmin family, he awaits the qualification of performing sacrifices. He has to be initiated, he has to be advanced in education, so many things. But one dog eater, if he takes to Krishna consciousness, immediate, without waiting for reformatory method, he becomes immediately competent to act as priest in performing sacrifice. But we should not take advantage of this. Actually, we should become on the platform of Brahmin, qualified Vaishnava, so that others may not criticize. That is our special request. The chance is there, everyone. This path of Krishna consciousness is open to everyone. It does not matter. My position is very precarious. This morning, one man came to challenge me how I am converting these mlechas and javanas to Vaishnava. Yes. But how I am converting, it is there in the Shastra. Kirata hunanda pulinda pukkasa bhira samba javana khasadaya jandi cha papa jadupa sraya suddhanti. They become purified according to Shastra. Sri Sanatana Goswami gives direction. Tatha dikha vidhanena dijattam jayate nina. By dikha vidhan, by proper initiation, any person can attain the stage of dijattam. So our method is not against the Shastra. The Shastra vidhimutsija. If we give up the direction of the Shastra, then we are faulty. If we do not deviate the injunctions of the Shastras, sadhu Shastra guru vakko, tinete koryaiko. In the Shastra it is sanctioned. My Guru Maharaj, he also ordered, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also ordered. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered that Prithivite ache jato nagaradik gram, so that means he wanted that all over the world, in every town, in every village, his mission should be propagated. And what is his mission? His mission is Jai Krishna Tattvavetta Sai Guru. That is his mission. So it is not that in Western countries one cannot become Vaishnava, one cannot become Guru. This is not. This such sort of remark is not tolerable from the Shastric point of view. It is completely, strictly to the Shastric point of view. And It is a glory for us that people in other countries outside India, they are accepting this cult of Krishna consciousness. But crippled people, they unnecessarily criticize this method, but we don't care for them. Thank you very much. So, next thing.
Auspiciousness. Lord Sri Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the cause of all causes, the reservoir of all rasas, or relationships, which are called neutrality, or passive adoration, servitorship, friendship, parenthood, conjugal love, comedy, compassion, fear, chivalry, ghastliness, wonder, and devastation. He is the supreme attractive form, and by his universal and transcendental attractive features, he has captivated all the gopis, headed by Taraka, Palika, Shyama, Lilita, and ultimately Srimati Radharani. Let his Lordship's grace be on us, so that there may not be any hindrance in the execution of this duty of writing the nectar of devotion, impelled by his divine grace, Sri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada.
So, Krishna is described as Akhil Rasamrita Sindhu. So there are different rasas, 5 primary rasas. Rasa means the mellow or the taste which we enjoy in every activity. That is called rasa. Everything is done with some taste. Whatever you do, you must enjoy some taste out of it. So there are 12 rasas, out of which 5 rasas are primary and 7 rasas are secondary. They are described here. When Krishna was fighting with Bhishma, you know the story that Bhishma was criticized by Duryodhana. My dear grandfather, you are not fighting in full strength with Arjuna, because on the other side they are your grandsons and you have got very natural affection for them. So I think you are not fighting according to your strength, otherwise they would have been finished by this time. So, and Bhishma also could understand that, his criticism. And then he promised immediately that tomorrow I shall finish all these 5 brothers. Will that be happy for you? So, I am keeping 5 arrows to be used tomorrow for killing these 5 brothers. So, Duryodhana became doubtful. So, he requested grandfather, my dear grandfather, may I keep these 5 arrows with me so that you can take it from me tomorrow and use it. All right, you keep it. So Krishna could understand that now Bhishma has promised to kill the Pandavas tomorrow, and he has selected 5 arrows for them. So, he has to protect his devotee. Now, he asked Arjuna that Duryodhana sometimes promised to give you some benediction. Now it is the opportunity. You go there to Duryodhana, and he has kept 5 arrows very carefully. You take it. So Arjuna went to Duryodhana, because after fighting in the evening they were friends. There was no enmity. One man can go to the other camp as friend, brothers. So when Arjuna arrived to Duryodhana, Duryodhana received him, that is Vedic etiquette. Arjuna, why you have come? You ask something from me, I am ready to give you. If you want the kingdom without fighting, if you have come for this purpose, I will give you. So Arjuna said, no, my dear brother, I have not come for that purpose. But you remember that you wanted to give me some benediction, so I have come for that. Yes, I am prepared. So give me those 5 arrows. Immediately get it. So next morning when Bhismadeva asked that, where are those 5 arrows? Give me. So Duryodhana said, sir, this is the story. It has been taken away by Arjuna. So he could understand it is a trick of Krishna. So immediately he, out of devotion, became angry. Yes. So devotional service can be executed in anger also. Not by simply flowers. If there is a devotee, he can serve Krishna by becoming angry. So he promised immediately that today Krishna has to break his promise, because Krishna promised that although I shall be in the battlefield, I shall simply drive your chariot, but I shall not fight. That was his promise. Now Bhishma said that Krishna has broken my promise, so I shall fight in this way today, that either Krishna has to break his own promise or his friend Arjuna will be killed. Two alternatives. So when Bhishma was fighting very fiercely, severely, Arjuna's chariot became broken and he fell down. At that time Krishna took one of the wheels of the chariot and immediately approached Bhishma. And when he was approaching Bhishma, Bhishma was also piercing his body with arrows. And Krishna was accepting the arrows more lovable than the flowers. This is the dealing. Therefore, that is a rasa, ghastly rasa. Apparently, it appears to be very severe that Krishna is being pierced by the arrows. But Krishna was feeling pleasure. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has explained this portion very nicely, that he has given the example of kissing. Sometimes there is hard pressure of the teeth, but still it is pleasant. He has given this example, that although Krishna was being pierced by the arrows of Bhishma, still Krishna felt very pleasing. And Bhishma also, when he was on his deathbed, he wanted to see that form of Krishna when he was very angry and approaching before him to kill him in the battlefield. He explained that feature. So, we can enjoy Krishna's loving service in so many ways, not only by the embrace of the gopis, but in the fight of Bhishma with Krishna and piercing his body with arrows. Therefore Krishna is Akhila Rasam. Any one rasa, there are 12 rasas, either primary rasa or secondary rasa. Any rasa, Krishna is ready to respond to any rasa you want to deal with Krishna. That is Krishna's position. Kamat, Krodhat, Bhayat, Deshat. So, what to speak of those who are loving. Just like Putana. Putana wanted to kill Krishna. That was her purpose. But when Putana was killed by sucking the breast and live both, then Putana was given the position of Krishna's mother. because Krishna took it the bright side. Krishna thought that whatever her intention may be, she came to me just like a mother, and I sucked her breast, therefore she is my mother. She came as enemy, but Krishna did not take the inimical side, the motherly side. Similarly, the gopis, they came to Krishna out of lust, but out of lust they become purified. Just like the sun soaks the water from urinal, but sun is not polluted, but the urinal becomes sterilized. This is the problem. So you try to approach Krishna somewhere or other, then your life is successful. It doesn't matter. Kamat, Krodhat, Bhayat, Desa. And what to speak of those who are constantly engaged in love with Krishna. Everything is love. As soon as you divert your attention to Krishna, that is love. It may be perverted. That's like Kansa. Kansa was always thinking of Krishna. Krishna, he was also Krishna conscious. But he was thinking in terms of killing Krishna as enemy. So this is not bhakti, this is not anukul, pratikul. But still, Krishna is so kind, the Kansa was also given liberation. This is the special kindness of Krishna. So any rasa, there are 12 rasas, jena tena prakarena manah Krishne nivesa. That is the direction given by Srila Rupa Goswami. Somewhere or other, fix up your mind in Krishna, then your life is successful. Somewhere or other. So, if your mind is fixed up always in Krishna, then your senses will be also engaged in Krishna's service, because mind is the center of all activities of the senses. So as Ambarish Maharaj, he first of all engaged his mind in Krishna. Sabai mana Krishna padaravinda. By fixing his mind in Krishna, then he could use all other senses, namely the tongue. Actually, bhakti begins with the tongue. Sevan mukhehi jibhadau. Beginning from tongue, Krishna bhakti begins. It may be very awkward to hear that by tongue how bhakti begins. But that is the statement in the Shastra. Ata Sri Krishna namadi na bhavet graham indriyai. Our present senses, blunt, materially covered, it cannot test what is Krishna's name, what is Krishna's form, what is Krishna's quality, what is Krishna's pastime, what is Krishna's paraphernalia. The senses, they taste. Just like when one is suffering from liver disease or jaundice, he cannot taste the sugar candy. The sugar candy is sweet, but a jaundice patient, if he is given sugar candy, he will taste it is bitter. Similarly, our senses being covered with material consciousness, we cannot at the present moment taste what is Krishna's form, what is Krishna's name, what is Krishna's quality, what is Krishna's pastime, what is Krishna's paraphernalia, so many things. It is not possible. Ata Sri Krishna namadi na bhavet grahyam indriyai. Our senses are materially contaminated, therefore we cannot directly perceive by using our present senses what is Krishna. So it has to be purified, just like eyes. When it is suffering from the disease cataract, you cannot see properly. But if by surgical operation the cataract is moved, the eyes become purified, you can see. That is also stated in Brahma Samhita. Premanjana churita bhakti vilochane santa sadaiva hridayeshu vilokane jang sama sundaram achinta gunasarupam govindam adipurusam tamaham bhajan. Premanjana churita. You have to collect the ointment of love for Krishna. And if you apply that ointment on your eyes, then just like we use surma for clear vision, similarly, when the love of Krishna surma is applied on the eyes, this eyes, you will see Krishna. This is the process. Sarvopadhi vinirmuktam. You have to get yourself freed from the upadhis, designation. The designation, the sum and substance of designation, this material body. I am this body. I am Hindu. I am Muslim. I am American. I am Indian. All designation of this body. So one has to become free from the contamination of this bodily concept of life. That is called sarvopadhi vinirmukta. Tatparatena nirmalam. When our spiritual body becomes revealed, the material body contamination is washed off. Nirmalam. At that time the senses remain. Senses are there. It is simply covered by the material energies. The senses are there. The living entity is not Niraka. Living entity has got hands, legs, everything. Spiritual. Just like I have got my body, and this body is covered by this heart. And because I have got this hand, this heart has got hand. Otherwise what from this hand comes? Unless the spirit soul has got hands and legs, how we have got this material hands and legs? Therefore the conclusion is the spirit soul has form. As Krishna has got form, Sachidananda Vigraha. Similarly, spirit soul, Jivatma, being part and parcel of Krishna, it has got form. That form is also described in the Shastra. Kesadra satabhagasya satadha kulpitasya cha jiva bhava savigyo. A rough idea of the form of the living entity has been given in the Padma Purana. That is 1/10,000th part of the tip of the hair. Now, perhaps we have no instrument how to measure 1/10,000th part of the tip of the hair, but this is given there. Anyway, because we get information from the Bhagavad Gita that this body, material body, is like a dress. Vasangsi jirnani jatha vihaya. As we give up old dress, garment, similarly, when this body becomes useless, we give up this body and accept another new body. Navani Grinnat. This is the transmigration of the soul. The soul is transmigrating from one body to another. That is a fact. But the gross materialists, they cannot see the subtle body. They simply see the gross body. Therefore they say, when this body is finished, this gross body is finished, everything is finished. No, that is not. Within the gross body, there is subtle body, made of mind, intelligence and ego. So that is just like in every day we have got experience. The gross body is lying on the bed, but the subtle body goes out of the bed, out of the room, goes on the top of a hill or somewhere, it works. That is our practical experience. Similarly, when this gross body is finished, no more usable, the subtle body carries the soul to another womb of the mother. Karmana daivanetrena jantor dehopapatte. Through the seminar of the father, the living entity is injected within the womb of the mother, and the two secretions becomes emulsified, and it becomes just like a small pea, and within that pea the soul is there, and it develops. This is the process of transmigration of the soul from one body to another. So soul has got form, it is not formless. Similarly, Krishna has got also form, but that form is different from this form. When in the Shastra it is said, Nirakar, Nirakar means Nirakrita Akar. This Akar, this form is being nullified. Nirakar does not mean there is no Akar. This body, when it is said Nirakar, that means the soul, the super soul or the soul has no this Akar as we see. Just like we are seeing some dog or some cat or some hawk, some tree, some plants, so many, 8,400,000 forms. And this is not the form. Nirakarat. Not this form. The soul has got a different form. That is this style. Isagra satabhavasa satabhakalpitasya. We cannot see at the present moment. So as we cannot see you, I am not seeing you, you are not seeing me. Just like a man's son dies, a father dies. He cries, oh, my father is gone, my father is gone. Where is your father gone? Your father is lying on this floor. Why do you say the father is gone? No, he is gone, he is no more. That means this thing which has gone, he has never seen. He has seen simply this outward body dress. This is called ignorance. I am not seeing you, still I am thinking that I see you. See, if I cannot see you, the part and parcel of God, how can I see God? With these eyes. That was Shastra says, Atasya Krishna Ramadi na bhaved graham indriyai. Sevan mukhi jivhado sameva surata. You cannot see God, you cannot see Krishna by your these blunt senses. But if you purify your senses, Sevan mukhi jivhado, that purification begins from tongue. That purification, Sevan mukhi jivhado. So, by the tongue we can do two things. We can taste foodstuff and we can vibrate sound. So if you engage your tongue for vibrating this transcendental sound, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, and do not take anything except prasadam of Krishna, then your spiritual life immediately begins. Sevan mukhi jivhado sarameva. Then gradually, as you advance in spiritual life, Krishna reveals himself to you. Here I am. You cannot see Krishna, but by being satisfied with your service, Krishna sees you. Just like you cannot see sun at night, but when the sun sees you, you can see the sun and yourself both. Similarly, when Krishna sees you, being satisfied with your service, then you can see Krishna, you can see yourself, and you can see the whole world. Now whatever you are seeing, this is all illusion. you are not seeing, or we are not seeing, because our senses are blunt to see things as they are. Therefore in the Bhagavad Gita it is said that Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Govi Hastin Suniche cha Sapate Pandita Samadarshina. One who has got the eyes to see, he does not see that here is a learned Brahmin and here is a dog. He sees both the learned Brahmin and the dog in equal vision, because he does not see the dress. He sees the spirit soul within the Brahmin and within the dog. That is called Brahma Darshan. Sa sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhakti lavate param. Man, all has got that vision, transcendental vision. Sama sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhakti. Then the devotional service begins. Not that with blunt eyes and senses one can serve God, devotional service. Atas Sri Krishna namadi nabhave garyam indriyai Sivanmukhi hi jivbhado samaiva spurattat. This is the process.